that RPG ready. Come on, get that fire. Give me suppressing fire. Fire. Incoming. Ceasefire, man. Ceasefire. We got him on the run. Oh, are we doing this again? Oh, very well. Let's do this. Let's see what he got. Greetings, everyone. It's Deleon Francis 60 here. I'll be doing a first time ever review on a G.I Joe vehicle. I've always been a fan on G.I Joe, and I had him back in the 80s. They went missing in action. Came out in the 25th anniversary, ended up collecting them, but I kind of stopped. But recently I ended up collecting them again. Well, I always loved the vintage and the new ones, even back in the Deke era. I enjoyed collecting their vehicles, especially the Cobra ones. Their aesthetics are awesome, even from the Sunbow era, from later to the Deke era, even the comic books. I ended up reading a lot of that one as recently, like 2008. Well, the details on these vehicles are pretty much decent. Even their aircraft, you can see how they improve on their designs over the years. It's like, wow, they really did a good job on details in this. It's too bad we don't get any more G.I Joe at the moment after that 2-year breaks. So Hasbro, please get off the Star Wars bandwagon and go back to G.I Joes. I know we were getting Transformers, but please go back to G.I Joe. It's so sad for us. You can see here with these aircrafts in here, it's really decent. I love the details. But even the pilots, my god, you put them into a different aircraft. And as for the figures, they had improved over the years. You can see one here on the left with the vintage era. Definitely a step up, an improvement. And here's the 25th anniversary next to it for that regular G.I Joe Trooper and Baroness, I believe. I don't know if she's from the 25th, but her decals are pretty improved. I just love how they design these figures. The articulation is pretty much all decent. As a military 1/18 scale customizer and collectors, you're really gonna love with these things. How they designed them is so amazing that to these days, you can just get them on eBay or get the carded edition, collect them with everything you got, and it still looks good. Now on to the review. This over here, it's the Rattler. Yep, this is the 25th anniversary Rattler. A very awesome aircraft that I recently got my hands on. I got this from a reasonable price on eBay, so it's brand new as well. I just finished putting the decals yesterday. The aircraft is so awesome that wow, I don't even think this is a toy for me anymore. This is more kind of a prop. This is a prop for future filming, so stay tuned on that one. Yeah, and look at the details. It's just for a toy. They even copied it from the back in the old vintage era from the 80s. The missiles, although this missiles is the stickers, but that's nothing to worry about. The color people are comparing to it's too bright or too dark. That doesn't bother me at all. It's the details that really count. It's a good value, and people who reviewed this craft are pretty much amazed. I wish we had a Sky Striker with this one, but to match it. But more on that one later. This is I love how the design on this one. We got this missiles, and if you can see here, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but the tires, they decently improved on the tires. That's what the people were complaining problem with the old vintage one, because it's the breakage. they fixed that issue in this 25th anniversary. They really improve upon it. So it's really one of those top of the line that this is what Hasbro was actually building. None of that spring loaded crap that we get these days later series, or water gimmicks and all that stuff. Real actual real actual toy, a real actual something to add to your collection. As for the figure, you got Wild Weasel, and boy, they really improved upon him. They gave him he's the 25th anniversary. I always get that stuff, and they even added the battle panels. They really didn't have to, but they actually did. That's pretty awesome. They really copied it, improved upon the flaw, and bang, they got it. They got everything. What they really fix up in this action. It might be a small aircraft, but that will actually fit Cobra's profile. A mixture between an A-10 and a Harrier. That's a typical Cobra aircraft. I love how they innovate. I always love that. That's what I love about the G.I Joe. They tend to mix in reality. And here's Baroness. He's the she's the perfect gunner pilot for this one. If you guys ever read that comic book, she's perfectly fit in there. Except in this one you can't see her because it's the glass canopy is a little bit darker, but that's fine. And it's really easy. And now here's a comparison to the Sky Striker. This is the X21, not the X14. This is the one-seater version of the Sky Striker. I will do a separate review on this crap in a later video, so stay tuned for that one. Yeah, it's really, this is the nemesis of this aircraft. Alright, this is basically the nemesis. It's very impressive. And here's another one for a good deal that I got for my vintage one. And this Night Raven, it's a lot bigger. I'm sorry that I can't get it in because of the camera movement, but I will do a separate review on that one too. You've seen him in my recent video for Cobra Conversion 4 with the Stealth Raven, but there's the Stealth Raven that I use. Yeah, look at that. It's the size is really big compared to the Rattler over here, but that's okay. I always love the Rattler. Is more kind of an attack ground aircraft that can fully defend itself against other aircrafts out there. And I see the Night Raven is more kind of a fighter bomber to me. So it's really an impressive design. It's the collection and details. Even back in the 80s, they really have that gimmick corrected. This is one gimmick that I love compared to the Sky Striker. They actually worked on against for the Night Ravens. Now here's the one that he released on the 25th anniversary. The X30. This is the price point, and it's pretty decent compared to the X30. Compared to the the Rattler, the X30's missiles and bomb loadouts, they tend to fall off. Same thing with the Sky Striker. Hasbro, please fix that stuff. But for the Rattler, yeah, the Rattler's bombs actually hold in tight. I don't know if it's just in my aircraft, but give me a comment on that one. My overall review on this craft from the 25th anniversary, it's a 100%. This is 10 out of 10. If you have the time, if you have the cash for this, and you can find a decent price at eBay, a brand new one, I would recommend get this over to the vintage Rattler. There's nothing wrong with the vintage Rattler, but this is much more. They fixed that issue with the landing gear, and this is pretty much complete. This is a good aircraft over here. So Well, I will do more videos on G.I. Joe. This is my first video on G.I. Joe and Cobra. So tell me what you think about it. I will also work on some my Joeverse video. So this will be perfect for your collection. As a collector of G.I. Joe, I love this. Hopefully we get some other new movies soon. This is Delion Fancy 60 here, signing off. Wait, a movie? No, 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 no. Not a movie. Give us a series. Give us a series. Comment back, please. Thank you.